Hello there everybody, it's Tigitar here, and welcome back to another Summoner episode. I've been doing a little bit of building since the last one. I got our little, relic and trophy display area, our little shrine deal, or whatever you want to call it. I got it kind of more completed anyway, so I kind of just went with the platforms that we laid out last time, and filled them in with support beams and background walls. I got our relics that we have placed down here. I think we may have one more though. So between episodes, I also happened to come across a king slime. I believe there was slime rain that happened. It wasn't even close, honestly. It was even easier than I expected. I just opened up the goodie bag, and it looks like we did get a slimy saddle, so that's pretty awesome. That's really nice, just to have early on for really quick access down the elevator. And we did get our King Slime relic from him, so let's go ahead and put that down here. And we have one more slot over here. We could save this for the Eater of Worlds once we get into hard mode. So yeah, it's looking okay, I'd say. I got a bunch of pots placed around, and I also used some shells to add more texture and color. I kept the blue accent color in pretty consistently, I'd say. More blue banners over here on this part, and also up at the top I used some blue gem spark walls. I even have a sapphire gem lock in there. I didn't have enough sapphires to put a big sapphire in there though, so we might actually do that as soon as we find some more. And I even used a couple of sky blocks, the skyware blocks in here, which added another nice little blue color. I basically filled out our display section for our armor and our weapons over on this area here. I didn't end up really connecting it with the section over here though. I think it looks okay still. I'm pretty happy with it. Again, I used a few shells up on the very top here just to add that kind of different color and stuff to it. One of my secrets for using sandstone and sandstone projects is iridescent bricks. And so I mixed just a handful of those in, a little bit in the floor, and there's also one under each of these platforms here. I find that color really complements the sandstone really nicely. You don't want to overdo it, but in small amounts it can be really nice. Now, unfortunately, I didn't think to record my progress on this part, so there's not going to be a little time-lapse thing up in the corner. But I did work on something else. In addition to our relic temple, if we head over to our jungle pylon, I actually got a little bit of a town set up over here. So let's check this out. I'm actually pretty happy with how this has been turning out here. I've got 3 houses so far, and they're all kind of built around this little cave system above that lava pool that we found earlier, and then that funny little patch of mud that was in the center here. I went ahead and just sort of squared it off, turned it into a little gem shape, put a little glowing piece of emerald gem spark blocks in there, and I used those throughout actually, as well as the walls, to add little glowing effects here and there. A lot of jungle torches as well to try to match the jungle lighting, but I also used a fair amount of other things like the Chinese lanterns, mahogany lanterns I actually liked quite a lot in this build, bamboo light sources as well. So overall it does have a very, it is lit up pretty well, I'd say. And another thing I actually used in this build for I think the first time ever is the green stucco. You make it with green thread and silt and stone, of course. I know that I've used yellow stucco before in certain things, and maybe the gray, but I've never used the green before. I'm almost certain of that in an actual build anyway. And so it kind of fit in, especially in small quantities here and there. So there's some around the interior of the mud section here, again with some iridescent bricks, which I also used quite a lot in this project. And then mudstone bricks around as well. I kind of mixed in the mudstone bricks with the iridescent bricks in a lot of cases. So this is the little house that I built first, actually, the one in the center here. There was this little tiny, well, not necessarily tiny, but a pretty small patch of mud here with jungle grass growing on it. So I kind of just built blocks through the middle of it and then expanded it out this way so that it would be enough. It would have enough space to be an actual house. I actually managed to stuff quite a few things in. We got a little honey platform with a bowl on it, a cup of coffee with teapot above, a little vase, and a pot up here. Again, with a couple of flowers too. And it really filled the space quite nicely. And it is still big enough to be a house, which I was kind of worried about. I used the large bamboo for the walls, and then most of it is a mahogany wall. But there's a couple mahogany fences mixed in to make those background support beams, kind of, where I didn't use large bamboo. The next one I built was this little greenhouse looking one over this way. You know what, I should probably just let our imps take a break for a bit so that you can see a lot better. That's better, isn't it? So this is the little greenhouse, just a large bamboo floor, mudstone roof over kind of a mahogany framed support beam, and then the background is actually glass with some bamboo fence going around it to really add the open feel to it. And then up in the top parts there's some mudstone brick, and oh, it looks like we got a blood moon coming on. That's okay. I don't think we really need to worry about the blood moon too much. But yeah, added a whole bunch of flowers in here, mixed in actually a lot of moon glow, and then just wildflower seeds in here. And so this is where our dryad is living right now. And that center house here is where the painter is currently. Then I made this little room up top here, and I kind of wanted to make it like a little sauna. And so there's a mahogany tub in here with a toilet next to it that the witch doctor is sitting on. And then the background is kind of interesting. I used the mahogany walls to sort of make a planked look with, again, 2 large bamboo support pillars. And then on the left side is hive wall, I think it is. And then the right side is just the iridescent brick wall. And so it gives it kind of a, I don't know, it's kind of weird. It splits the room into 2 parts. And then I did add just a little bit of water flow coming down from the top here so that it can be like pouring into the tub. Anyway, after that, I kind of worked on the outside furnishing between the houses and sprucing up the rest of the jungle atmosphere. I added some living mahogany twigs with leaves sprouting out of the walls here and there. I tried to make sure the jungle grass was growing all right. There's still a section below the sauna here where the jungle grass needs to fill in, so hopefully that will happen. Dang, since the blood moon hit, we're actually getting way more mobs down here. This is kind of annoying. But anyway, yeah, a lot of just furnishing the area around the buildings and between, building little platforms here and there. Built this special little hanging structure for our pylon here to make that look more rustic and fit in with our jungle theme here. And then I added just a bunch of kind of stuff here and there to fill it in. Oh yeah, behind the greenhouse here there's a little turtle cage. There was this platinum vein right here, so I mined it out and then just replaced it as the perimeter of a little room. And then I put a couple of shell piles here to make it look like, I don't know, maybe there's fertilizer or mulch that the dryad uses to fertilize her flowers or something. Anyway, like a little work area, and there's also a turtle living in here. Anyway, I just wanted to show off our little progress on the jungle outpost here. So I was just having a look at our map. There are a few things that we need to get done, one of which is an herb farm actually. And I was thinking of probably trying to build that in our jungle outpost. We could add it onto the side somewhere. One of the things we still need to do is finish exploring our dungeon and marking out where our biome chests are. I will probably want to try to make a Plantera arena before we enter hard mode as well, so that would be a good thing to do. I'm not going to worry about making a fancy mob grinder underground, because it's not hardcore and I'm not going to be worried if we die trying to grind for souls or something. And I think it's more fun to play through with the restraints of the natural cave system and challenges of fighting enemies through there to get the souls and stuff. So I'm just going to do it the classic way without a grinder. But the Plantera arena is a different story. We will probably want that, and I will probably want to try to set it up before we enter hard mode, just because it is so much easier. Another thing is fishing. We haven't done any fishing yet on this character, but we do actually have a fiberglass fishing pole, so that should be pretty good to get into. So I think that might be actually what I try to do first here. Maybe as soon as this dang blood moon is over, we can get into the fishing and get some gear from the angler setup. There are still definitely a few things to take care of before we're ready for hard mode. I also didn't mention quarantining off the Crimson, and so we'll probably want to do that too. Take a little bit of time to try to make some barriers at the edges of the Crimson biomes so they don't start going too wild. Now we can actually check on what quest we got. Oh, it's an angelfish, of course. Well, it looks like we might have to do a little bit of exploring. The one that we discovered over this way, I don't think that's actually high enough, although maybe it is. Maybe I should just grab some rope and go check it out real quick first thing. I'm going to empty the inventory and then let's head over there. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention, I expanded our storage area here. I basically doubled it down below here and reorganized the chests a little bit so we actually have more space to work with. Ah yes, here's our special rope from the first island we found. Alright, this looks like a good spot to rope up here. So let's see if it's high enough. Island in sight. Well, it's definitely high enough for harpies. Okay, so it sounds like the music has shifted here. So I think this actually should be high enough. For now, I'm just going to do a little cubby here. But eventually it might be fun to try to make an actual little sky base up here. That would be pretty neat. Pimp out our sky fishing cloud here. That would be cool, actually. Oh, there we go. It's our third fish. That was not hard at all, actually. Cool. All right, let's turn that in right away then. I'm not gonna worry about stocking up on the quest fish right now because we don't have good fishing gear. But pretty soon we might be able to start that. Oh, look at that. Our first quest gave us our minecart. Okay, so while it's still daytime and we are waiting for our next quests to be available, let's start on some biome protection from the Crimson maybe. Let's go visit our dryad and buy some sunflowers. Maybe I'll just go with 12 of them for now. Should be good. I guess maybe first thing we could go check out right over to the east of our desert here. Wait, maybe we don't actually have a staff of regrowth on this world yet. Oh, shoot. Okay, so we already have actually one sunflower here, so that's nice. Now, there are a few bits of grass underground here. Maybe just dig down to the cave down here, or not cave, but okay, that should definitely be wide enough. And just to make sure that we don't get grass growing, I'm just going to line this wall with wood. Maybe what we actually are going to have to do is go down to the minecart track down below us here. You know what? I think I'm going to grab a few bombs to do that section. And let's just go down right here. Probably just bomb a little tunnel down to that minecart track, and then I think we'll be in good shape. Wow, I'm surprised at how straight these bombs made the tunnel, actually. Did a really nice job. It might get to the minecart track down here, but the minecart track should keep it from getting up towards our base for quite a long time at least. Overall, I actually, we don't have anything in the center kind of sections of our world here. So the strips of Hallowed and Crimson are probably not really going to affect anything that we have, which is actually kind of nice. As I'm talking about that, I was going to blast a hole down here to protect the rest of our desert over here, make a barrier there, but I don't actually think it's really worth it because this is either going to turn into Hallow or Crimson and defeat the purpose. You know, another thing that we have not done at all is built anything in the snow here. We might have to look into building a nice little snowy cottage or cabin or snowy town or something. Might have to do something with this cool looking cave here actually. Alright, here we are. So we do have a few sunflowers. I think if I just remove this grass here, we might be alright. So I'm just going to replace the edge of the dirt here where there's grass. I'm just going to go ahead and replace all this grass with wood. It's actually interesting using block swap. I can remove the dirt in one click. Whereas if I try to mine it with my pick, it's 2 because the first one removes the grass. So the block swap mechanic doesn't actually care about whether there's grass on the block. I never really noticed that before. I think I'll call that good here. Hopefully the sunflowers will be able to hold it down pretty well there. Let's see about the other side. You know, knowing that we still have an herb farm to set up, we're definitely going to be needing to find a staff of regrowth. Okay, so here's the other edge of the Crimson. Let's call that pretty good here. I think that should delay this section quite nicely. That's the last bit of the Crimson over on this side. You know, the nice thing actually is even if our barrier here does absolutely nothing. The dungeon is sitting right here, so that will be a super, super good protection from our forest pylon base. So we're pretty much set here, actually. Let's just see, maybe before it becomes daytime, we can just head over to the other side of the map and do the same thing on those crimson biomes. Okay, here we are. And it looks like we already got 2 sunflowers here doing a nice job. I think I'm just going to add a third one next to them. That way we'll have 6 blocks of protection on the grass. We'll see. Hopefully that stops it. And also, it looks like there's a little chest down here, so may as well grab this. Ooh, an herb bag. I actually kind of like herb bags. I like collecting them because they look kind of cool. They're really cute looking. And if you put them in item frames, you can use them for like display furniture. Item frames are pretty OP. All right, and here we are at the other side. I think this is going to be good here too. And it turns out this is actually the only crimson biome on the left half of our world. So I think we're pretty much good to go there. The only thing that might be a little bit weird is this side of our base and our arena area. But we do have this little cave system over here that should protect a lot. So hopefully our main area might already be pretty much protected by itself. So that's great. Pretty awesome. With that out of the way, let's maybe get back to checking out our next fishing quest. Oh, the dynamite fish just caught on the surface. Oh, this looks like a nice water pool over this way. I'll probably want to eventually upgrade our little fishing areas too, with like little shacks or fun little docks to stand on and fish from. I really like doing that. It adds to the fishing experience. But for now, I'm just wanting to get a few quests out of the way, so I'm probably not going to worry about it right away. Oh, wow, we got a gold crate. Nothing but bass and golden crates so far. Hey, there's our dynamite fish. Cool. Oh, we got our sextant. Cool. Couple journeyman bait is also nice to grab, that's for sure. All right, so we should probably find a cool spot to put our golden crate down. Maybe over at our ocean here. There, we got a nice little spot for our golden crate. Well, I guess maybe I'll just go to sleep right here until the next morning. Oh no, not another blood moon. I was just trying to sleep through the night so that we could get another quest going quicker. Oh wow, we got a black lens and a bloody tear right away here. I guess that's kind of cool. Oh no, not our guide, Joe. Dang, I'm pretty sure Joe was our original guide. Aw, that's a bit sad. He gave us so much knowledge. The groom's coming in too, wow. I'm thinking of heading to our jungle and maybe seeing if we could just start blasting out a hole for our Plantera arena. Alright, here we are, back in the jungle, which is somehow more peaceful than the surface now. Oh, well, that's probably just because I just teleported here. I'm thinking kind of about doing it on top of the temple here. If we're gonna do it here though, we're gonna need to get rid of this lava pool, so I think I'm just gonna real quick drain it off to the left-hand side over this way. Hopefully it won't be a problem. It'll probably just join up with this lava over that way. Or would it be that lava over this way? You know, maybe we could have the edge of the arena be all the way like over here. And if it's close to our town, that means that part of our arena will actually be sort of safe from mob spawns because of the town NPCs. That would be quite convenient, actually. Just digging along here. It looks like we're just about to that mahogany tree that I was looking at. So I think this might be a good width for our arena. It looks like the water is now back to normal, so no longer the blood moon outside, which also means there's a new fishing quest available. Yeah, so I think right here is probably going to be a decent spot for the left-hand edge of the arena, and we'll just sort of carve this chunk of land out here. Use some bombs for that, but I think I might save that for a little bit later. I just kind of wanted to get the perimeter laid out as something to pass the time with. But now that it's morning, let's go ahead and go back and check in on our angler. Maybe I can do the rest of that blasting out between episodes. Oh, another Sky Lake quest. We got the fallen starfish. Our guide came back. We got Brett this time. Okay, let's see how long this one takes us. It shouldn't be too long, that's for sure. Hey, there we are. Fallen starfish. Here's your starfish, Billy. And he gave us a ship's wheel. Cool. Oh, that's awesome. We could use that probably in like our over at our ocean pylon somewhere. Maybe just something simple like that. I don't think we had the sandcastle bucket when I built this thing, so we could definitely add some sandcastles over here. That might be good. Cool. Okay, now we got a ship's wheel there. Keep on adding these little things here and there is always fun. Oh, and the traveling merchant here. Well, to wrap up the episode, let's go down and check out what the traveling merchant has for us, if anything. Looks like we got a DPS meter, a katana, which is kind of fun. I always like that. Maybe I'll get a couple of these tiger skins, though, in case we want to throw those somewhere. Other than that, I'm not too interested. Let me just double check that we do actually have Dynasty Wood. Yeah, we got plenty of Dynasty Wood for right now. We should have our Crimson under control, and our Plantera Arena is laid out. We just need to blast it and some small other things. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. The synthwave song of the episode for today is going to be So Far From Home by Siamese Youth. I think it's an awesome song. Check it out if you want to. Check out the Discord if you're interested. There's a link in the description. And I hope you guys all have an outstanding rest of your day. Thank you so very much for watching.